Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam, Gungam Langayate Girim, Yadkripadamam Vande, Shri Gurum Dinatarinam, Padmanandam Madhavam, Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram, Shri Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. I really am grateful to you, to all of you, for giving me this opportunity to deep dive into understanding Bhagavad Gita and delivering this knowledge to you as I'm hearing from my senior devotees and trying to serve you all. I'm hoping to please you all so that the Supreme Lord and His devotees are pleased with me. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. Hare Krishna. I would request you to please turn on your cameras if possible so that the class can be even more interactive. Hare Krishna, Nisha Mataji, Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. So let us start. Last time, I'm happy to see you all again. Last week I was not available, and Sweetie Mataji took a very nice class. I heard it in YouTube. So you all have covered from text 9 till text 14, 13 in the last class, right? 14 was just started. So I will just revise once on what was all the subsections of all the text that we have till now in Bhagavad Gita. So initially Dhritarashtra had a query that we have seen, and for that query Sanjay starts his answers. And from 3rd to 11, Sanjay specifically says Raja Vachana Abravit. So if we say Raja Abravit means Raja said, like Duryodhana said, but he specifically says Raja Vachana Abravit. Vachana means words. So he says that Duryodhan spoke these words, right? In the second verse, he says Sanjay. So why he says that? Because the words which Duryodhana uses in 3 to 11, through those words, his diplomacy is seen. That how he's trying to manipulate, how he's trying to make people come on his side. If they are not enthusiastic, make them enthusiastic in all that way, right? So all those things we have seen in 3 to 11. And from and then when Duryodhana is speaking, so in our real life also we see that if a person is too much praising himself, then the people who are listening, they would either stop listening or they will not be interested, or they'll just give a normal reaction. Okay, let it be. So similarly, what happened that he was continuously praising. So at that point of time, Bhishma Dev, because he wanted to shut him up as well as he wanted to give him some joy that okay, no problem, just be happy with whatever conception you have. So he started blowing his conch shell. So in the 12th verse, we have seen how the Kauravas have blown their conch shell, right? 12 and 13. And then in those verses, there is no sign of victory. So what are the signs of victory that Sanjay describes in 14 to 20? So that we will cover today from text 14 to text 20. What are the signs of victory that Sanjay has described, which are basically seen from the blowing of conch shells of the Pandavas side, right? So this is Sanjay Darshan. Initially, it was Dhritarashtra's Darshan, then Duryodhana's Darshan, which is symptoms of defeat, which was clearly seen from Duryodhana's words. And then today, 14 to 20, there will be signs of victory, which is basically Sanjay's Darshan. Okay. So text 14 comes, and it's a very beautiful verse because now finally Krishna has been introduced in Bhagavad Gita. Till now, there was no mention of Krishna. There was nothing related to Krishna been discussed till the first 13 verses. Now comes Krishna. So, as we have seen in movies, and there are so many places, how the hero entry happens, right? The heroes are generally like they will just give a shot of their hair, of their walk, and how they are shooting, and how all that music is playing, and there is so much of light, and there are so many effects, right? This is how a hero enters in a movie. How Krishna is entering the Bhagavad Gita, the war field, that is so important because Krishna is entering as Bhaktavatsal. He is entering as a charioteer of his devotee, and that is so difficult to see in this world, because even if a person, let's say if there is someone who is very rich, take any name for example, And if you tell that person that you're such a good friend of mine, can you please drive my car for me? He'll say, ah, who are you saying all this? You know who I am. You can have some driver for yourself. I will not drive it for you, right? Even if he's your best friend, he'll not drive it for you. But Krishna is a person who loves his devotee so much. Through this one action, through this one entry of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he's trying to tell the whole world that see how much I love my devotee. I am ready to serve him like a driver, like a charioteer. And as we have discussed earlier, he's getting kicks of Arjuna. Like Arjuna is not telling in the warfield turn left or turn right. He's kicking him. So he's getting the kicks of his devotee. This is the level how much Krishna loves us. So this is how Krishna is telling the whole world that I am ready to take your cakes, I am ready to serve you, but please surrender unto me. This is the highest thing for you. This is not for me, right? This is how he is happy, but he's happy. He wants to make all of us happy. So this is the grand entry of Krishna. Let us recite together this beautiful verse. Okay, so you can please unmute all of you and repeat after me. तथा श्वेतेर हयेर युक्ते
तथा
तथा श्वेतैर्हयैर्युक्ते
महती स्यन्दने स्थितौ
महती स्यन्दने स्थितौ
माधवा पाण्डवश्चैव
माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव
दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदद्मतु
दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदद्मतौ
Thank you so much. Even by reciting even a word of Bhagavad Gita, there are unlimited spiritual benedictions. So all of you should be happy that you have now got many spiritual benedictions to understand this spiritual science. So what is the translation? Prabhupada says, on the other side, both Lord Krishna and Arjuna, stationed on a great chariot drawn by white horses, sounded their transcendental conscience. So what are the words used? Stationed on a great chariot, drawn by white horses, sounded their transcendental counsels. So such nice words are used. First of all, tatha shveter hayar yukte, with white horses. Mahati syandane sthito, in great chariot. So the thing that I was describing, right? Showcasing the walk of the hero, showcasing the music, and showcasing the different hair and facial expressions of the hero. This is how. So now here Krishna's entry is being described that on with white horses stationed on a great chariot, Madhava. So what is the meaning of Madhava that we'll discuss? Every word of Krishna, every name of Krishna has a specific meaning, and that particular meaning is specific to that particular situation that we are discussing. So here, first of all, what are the gifts that Arjuna have got? So Arjuna got white horses by Agni Dev. So this is also an important thing that those horses are not normal horses. They have special powers. They have been given by Agni Dev to Arjuna. Then the chariot, why it is called the great chariot? That chariot has been given by Indradev. And Indradev gave it to Arjuna, and that particular chariot is capable of conquering the three worlds. So there is a very nice pastime that happened on this. So once what happened that Yudhishthir Maharaj, when he rules, right? So his particular, when the king is religious and when the king is ruling in the right possible way, with all the religious principles, he's following all the religious principles. He's making the whole kingdom, the people of the kingdom follow the religious principles. So all because of this, the whole kingdom prospers, and there is no sudden calamity that happens that we can see nowadays that is happening, that a son would die before the father, or there would be, we say that sudden deaths, right? Accidental deaths. And there are so many things that happen now, but they did not happen when the king were religious, when the king used to rule. So when Yudhishthir was ruling, everyone was happy, and there were no sudden accidents or deaths or all of these things happening, right? So once what happened that a Brahmin came complaining to Yudhishthir that my children died before me. So there must be some problem with you, that you are breaking some of the religious principle. That is why my children died before me. How can it happen that the children can die before the father? So at that point of time, he said that you have to bring back my children. So at that point of time, Arjun said that I will bring back your children, and he wanted to just come to the rescue of his elder brother. So, and he said that if I'm not able to, I will enter fire. Okay, so now whenever a devotee takes a promise, Krishna takes charge of that promise. So Krishna makes sure that his devotee's promise doesn't go in vain. So then Krishna said that, okay, let me go there now. So Krishna went and he said to Arjun, okay, let us go. I know how to get back these children. So Krishna and Arjun, with this chariot, with the chariot that was given by Indradev, with this chariot, they went to Mahavishnu. Okay. Now, for a normal discussion, we have to understand what is the theory of relativity. So, and I'm just going off topic for a minute, but it is important to understand. The Mahavishnu's body. So you all of you would have seen Mahavishnu's body, right? It is huge, and with each pore one universe is coming out of Mahavishnu's body, and in that one universe, the universes are big and small based on any like based on when he is releasing those universes, but those universes have specific times. So they will have all the 14 planetary systems, and Earth is in the middle. Okay, so in above we have 6 and below we have 7. So when you go from Earth to any of the higher planets, there is a time relativity, right? And in fact, in our scriptures are so amazing that they also give details of it. Like, for example, 100 days of Brahma is approximately 53 million years in that way. So there are specific calculation given, right? So as much as you go above, there is a time gap. So if you are moving ahead, you are going out of the universe boundary, and you're going to Mahavishnu. In that time, even if you're going for a moment, here there will be hundreds of yugas would pass by. Okay, so by the time Arjun and Krishna will bring back the children from Mahavishnu, here that Brahmana would be dead and many yugas would have passed on. But because time is Krishna's energy, and when Krishna comes into picture, he makes everything go by his way. And time is basically Krishna's energy. It is Krishna's servant, right? So then Krishna makes the time stop in that way. And they went there. Mahavishnu actually wanted to take the darshan of Krishna and Arjun. So when they went there, Mahavishnu was happy. He said that I wanted to take your darshan. You are Nar Narayan Rishi, and he purposefully did that to have the darshan, and then he gave back the children. So then Arjun and Krishna brought the children back to the Brahmana, and this way the promise was fulfilled. The time did not went by as it by its normal course. It was changed by Krishna, and why we have to understand this? This makes us understand the greatness of Krishna. Krishna is not an ordinary mystic person, right? Making some things happen just by his will. He's a supreme lord, and that is the reason why in Bhagavatam, in the 10th canto comes Krishna Lila. Krishna Lila is not coming in the first canto. From the first, second canto, initially there is this creation description of how the creation of the world is happening and how Krishna is not even involved in creation. He gives all his directions to the Mahavishnu incarnations, Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Shirodakshaya Vishnu. They keep the desire of Krishna of creating the material world. Krishna is not even involved in this. And just by Krishna, and Krishna is happy playing in Gokul, right? He is happy playing in his Vrindavan with his friends. So this is how Krishna is creating all of these things, and Krishna is not even involved here. And with that, such a big creation is happening. So from the first to ninth cantos, when we go through sequentially, we understand the greatness of Krishna. How great is this person? And then when we read the 10th canto, then we understand the sweetness of Krishna. And then we actually appreciate the sweetness of Krishna, because now we know who this person is. He's not some ordinary person. So if we have just started by 10th canto directly, we will not have appreciated Krishna so much. So this is so important to understand. And this was one of those pastimes wherein Krishna displays his greatness. So now moving ahead. So yes, the next line comes is Madhava. So why Madhav is used? Madhav means the husband of Lakshmi Devi. So first of all, we are discussing the fortunes of Arjun. In this particular verse, Arjun is having the fortune of horses given by Agnidev, chariot given by Indradev. Krishna himself is present there. So Krishna is Supreme Lord, all the fortune would lie with him. Also, Madhav means the husband of Lakshmi Devi, or Lakshmi means fortune. in day-to-day dealings also, you would see that devotees deal with each other. They talk, they say like, Prabhu, this is your Lakshmi, right? Mataji, this is your Lakshmi. So we do not say money. Money is basically materialist, and it is bound to die and bound to make you miserable. But Lakshmi is something fortune. Lakshmi makes you grow ahead, right? So she is a chaste wife. Lakshmi ji will never ever leave her husband. So, Sita Maya never left Lord Ram, even when he was going to the forest, right? Similarly, a chaste wife will never leave her husband. So she's definitely present. And where is she present? She's present in the chest of Krishna as a golden hair, which is called Srivatsa. So Madhav is ensuring that Krishna is present along with all the opulences of Lakshmi ji. Right? So next word come is Pandava. So now Arjun could have been named as Arjun here in this word, in this verse. Why Pandava? Pandava means the son of Pandu. And Pandu Maharaj, he was victorious wherever he went, whichever battle he fought. So similarly, here this word is trying to give that idea. Sanjay is giving that idea to Dhritarashtra that this son of Pandu, this Arjun, he would be victorious just like his father. Right? And next, Divyau Shankau Pradatmato, transcendental conch shell. So why the conch shells are transcendental? First of all, anything related to Krishna is transcendental. Krishna is a supreme lord. So his body, his activities, his paraphernalia, his associates, everything is transcendental. Similarly, this conch shell is also transcendental. And the effect of this transcendental conch shell, we will see in text 19 that what is the effect it causes. Okay, so these are the beautiful words which are used to describe Krishna, his entry as Bhaktavatsal, and how these are the signs of victory. The signs of victory being white horses, chariot, Krishna himself, Lakshmi ji, and Divya Shankhav, which is transcendental conch shell. So I hope this verse is clear with everyone. Let's move ahead. So now, when Krishna and Arjuna in the last words, we saw that Arjuna and Krishna they started bluing, right? So they have taken their conches to blue, right? But now from 15 to 18, we will see who all blew their conch shells, how they blewed, and like the details of it, like what is their conch shell name. And so let's start with, we'll take two verses. So first we'll take 15. Panchajanyam Rishikesho. Can you all please repeat?
Kesho.
Devadattam Dhananjaya.
Devadattam
Paundram Dadmau Mahashankham.
Dadmau Mahashankam.
Bhima Karma Vrikodaraha.
Karma
Ananta Vijayam Raja.
Raja.
Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha. Nakula Sahadevascha. Sughosho Manipushpakau. Thank you so much for repeating. The translation goes as, then Lord Krishna blew his conch shell called Panchajanya. Arjuna blew his, the Devadatta, and Bhima, the voracious eater and performer of Herculean task, blew his terrific conch shell called Poundram. King Yudhishthir, the son of Kunti, blew his conch shell, the Ananta Vijay, and Nakul and Sahadev blew the Subhosh and Manipushpaka. So here, the transcendental conch shells of Lord Krishna and Arjuna are described, Bhima is described, and Yudhishthir Maharaj, Nakul and Sahadev. So there are 6 people's name who come in, whose name come in these 2 verses, and the details of their conch shell. Right? So these are the names. Baldev Vidyabhushan tells that, like as we have already discussed, there is a description of each word, and that word has a specific meaning. Here, the first word was Rishikesha. Panchajanyam Rishikesha. So what is Rishikesh? So Rishikesh, you would say it's a place name. Yes, it's a place name. But it is also Krishna's name. Rishik means our senses. And Isha means the lord of it. So Rishikesh means the lord of the senses. And here, like we have that words from Bhagavatam which says Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate, which means by the senses, these senses, if we are using in the service of the Lord, the eyes, nose, and everything, if we are using our senses in the service of the Lord, which is the actual reason of our senses, the senses are given to us for this purpose only, to use it in the service of the Lord, then the bhakti rata grows. The seva attitude increases, the bhakti increases in us, right? So for those who are using these senses in Lord's service, the Lord takes charge and directs their senses, right? And just like here, Krishna is doing it for Arjuna by being his charioteer. So he's taking his chariot in the right direction. Right? This is the word of Rishikesha, meaning of Rishikesha used here. The next is Dhananjaya. Devadatta Dhananjaya. So Devadatta is the consular name of Arjun, and the word Dhananjaya means Arjuna is the winner of wealth. So how Arjuna got this name of a winner of wealth is that once what happened that Yudhishthira Maharaj had to organize a yagya, and yagya requires a lot of money. And at that point of time, Yudhishthira Maharaj asked Arjun, "Can you please go and bring some dhan?" Dhan means gold. It's not paper notes. Okay, so it means gold. So they wanted gold for organizing the yagya. So Arjun went to the north and towards the Himalayas, and there he saw that there were many golden plates and glasses just lying there. So he thought, how there are so many gold plates and glasses here? So he came to know that there was a Brahman bhojan organized by a very big king, and that big king gave the bhojan in golden plates, right? So to all the brahmanas, he gave in the golden plates. But brahmanas of that time, they were of so high like virtues that they just had their bhojan, and then they were like that. What is the need of these plates, right? We do not need these plates, so they just left it there and they went away. So those plates, through those golden plates and glasses, Arjuna could bring back Dhan, and therefore he got this name of Dhananjaya. So here one meaning of Dhananjaya is this, that Arjuna is the winner of wealth, and another meaning is because he will also lead the Kurukshetra war, he would win the war. Okay. The other means Mahashankham. So Mahashankham is used for Bhima, that his conch shell is called as Poundra, which is a terrific conch shell. Okay, and this particular verse is used for Bhima because Bhima is Bhima Karma Vrikodhara. So Bhima Karma means one who does Herculean task, and Vrikodhara. So there is a very nice connection here. Vrikodhara is basically there is a Agni which digests our food, and this particular Agni goes in sync with the sun. Right. So if you are eating a lot of food exactly like in the middle of the day or when the sun is good, then this Agni is strong. But if you're taking it too late after sunset or before sunrise, then you will not have the digestion would take place very it would not be easy. So this particular Agni was so high in Bhim that Bhim could eat as much as possible and at any point of time. So he could not control his hunger. You all would have known this because we have heard the Pandav Nirjala Ekadashi Vrat Katha, right? That he could not control his hunger. So Bhima, why this particular word is it? Bhima Karma means very big task, Herculean task. And Vikrodhara specifically means that one who cannot control his hunger and he eats a lot. So now what devotees say that we should eat good prasadam. We should have a lot of prasadam, and then we should do a lot of seva. We should not just sleep after after just having so much of prasadam. We should do seva. So this is how the devotees give the interpretation, the meaning of this also. So here, Bhima's conch shell is mentioned, and his activities, that he's ferocious, he's amazing, right? Bhima. Next word comes is Raja. So for Yudhishthir, if we just go back a little, here it is saying Ananta Vijayam Raja. So someone might say that Yudhishthira Maharaj at that point of time was not the Raja of the kingdom, right? He was he was fighting for the kingdom. So how come Sanjay is mentioning him as Raja? So what do we mean by Raja first of all? Raja means one one name of Raja is Naradev, which means he's Devata amongst the humans, right? So amongst the kingdom, he's like a Devta. And he's also called the representative of the Supreme Lord. So anyhow, these qualities of a Raja, of being a Nardev and the representative of the Lord, is not in Duryodhan, right? It is in Yudhishthir Maharaj only. So Sanjay is very rightly using the word Raja for Yudhishthir Maharaj, as well as he's indicating that he would be, after winning the kingdom, he would become the Raja, right? So in that way, and then he is mentioning his Ananta Vijayam Raja, Kunti Putro Yudhishthiraha. So he's the son of Kunti Mata and Yudhishthira, his name. Then comes Nakul and Sahadev. So Nakul and Sahadev, most of the times you would see that their names are always taken together. So why is it? Nakul and Sahadev, initially, if you remember, we have discussed that Kunti Maharani got this boon from Durvasa Muni that whichever demigod she wants to call in, she can call. She would be able to get the sons, and it will not contaminate her. It will not make her unchaste. So when she got it, she was a young girl of 16 years of age. She just called upon Suryadev because she wanted a Tejasvi son. So at that point of time, she got Karna. Later, when she got married, and then because Pandu Maharaj got this curse that if he tries to associate with any women, then he would die at that moment. So at that point of time, he asked Kunti Maharani to please invoke that mantra to beget children. So she said, no, no. At that point, I'm married now. How can I beget son from someone else? How can I? That would be adharmic. So Pandu Maharaj said he put a condition that okay, let us call on Yamraj because Yamraj is the lord of religion, right? He's a demigod of religion. If he comes, then means this is not adharmic, right? So anyhow, it was not adharmic because it was a boon from Durvasa Muni. But because she had that doubt, so to satisfy her, Pandu Maharaj gave this condition that you please call on Yamraj. And then Yamraj ji came and he gave Yudhishthir Maharaj. Similarly, for she wanted a very powerful son, she called upon Vayudev. So Vayudev gave Bhima, and then she wanted a son with skills. Who can fight a religious war with amazing war skills. So then she called upon Indradev because he's the leader of the demigods. So Indradev gave Arjuna. So she got the three sons from these three demigods. And then the other wife of Pandu, who is Madri, Kunti Maharani gave that mantra to Madri, and then Madri called upon Ashwini Kumars. So Ashwini Kumars are the twin demigods. And then when they came, they gave Nakul and Sahadev. So as Ashwini Kumars are also like they are twin devatas, but they have the same spirit, the same soul. Similarly, Nakul and Sahadev are also, although they are twins, they are two, but their spirit is one. So most of the times you would see that their names are always taken together. So Nakul and Sahadev had their Sughosh and Mani Pushpaka conchas. So this is how in 15 and 16, in a beautiful way, Sanjay is describing the qualities of the Pandavas, their glorification, as well as their conchal names. And there is a very nice story on Panchajanya. So Panchajanya Rishikesho. So it's the conchal of Krishna. So how Krishna got this conchal? So okay, first one question: are you all up for stories? Because is it fine, or if you just want to go through the verses quickly?
No, Mataji, we are okay.
No, Mataji.
Okay,
Mataji.
fine. Thank you for confirming. So Panchajanya, how Krishna got this conchal is Krishna and Balram went to Sandipani Muni's ashram as a Gurukul, and they learned 64 arts in 64 days. So we take years and years of study just to pass out school, then college, then degrees, and then so many things, right? But Krishna just required 64 days. That's enough for him. And that too, those 64 arts he achieved in complete perfection. It's not just knowing it. He knew them in full perfection. So that was in Avantipur, which is Ujjain right now. And at that point of time, because there is a ritual called Guru Dakshina. So the Guru Mata, the wife of Sandipani Muni, she said that these Krishna and Balram, they are not ordinary children, and they're the Supreme Lord. So please let us get some special Guru Dakshina. So what would be it like? So they had just lost their son, and they wanted their son back because they really loved him. So at that point of time, they told Krishna that can you please bring back our son, right? So then Krishna went to the Yamlok, and he went to the Yamlok. Yamraj was folded hands. He was happy to receive them, and he said, "Yes, please, sir, whatever you order." So Krishna said that this is the son of our Gurudev, and we want him back. So Yamraj said, "Okay, fine, you can take him back." There is no conversation. There is no if or but. Yamraj was ready to give back the child. So Yamraj told that you would have to go to the ocean because ocean is where the child died. So then Krishna and Balram went there, and in that ocean, there was a very ferocious demon who lived inside that shank. So that shank that demon name was Panchajanya. and he resided inside a huge conch shell. So at that point of time, Krishna and Balram killed that demon, and because Krishna took that conch shell and used it for his own, like where the conch shell in which the demon resided, Krishna made that conch shell as his own. Right? Krishna is so merciful, so he can even take something which is related to a demon and he can use it for his as his own associate. A conch shell is not an ordinary thing, it's the associate of the Lord. So this is how merciful Krishna is, and that is how he got this conch shell called Panchajanya. And this is the conch shell which he blew the conch shell and it roared and it shattered the hearts of Kauravas, right? So let's move ahead. Yeah, sorry, we have to go back to 17 and 18. So yes, just please repeat after me. Kasyascha Paramesh Smaramesh Asha
Kasyascha
Kasyascha
Parameshwasya
Parameshwasya
Shikhandi Cha Maharatha
Shikhandi
Khandi cha
Maharatha
Maharatha
Drishtadyumno Viratascha
Drishtadyumno
Satyakescha Aparajitah
Satyakischa Aparajitah
Drupado Draupadeyascha
Drupadadeyacha
Sarvasha Prithvipate
Sarvasya Prithvipate
Saubhadrascha Mahabahu
Saubhadrasya Mahabahu
Shankhan Dadmu Prithak Prithak. So here in these verses, the different warriors of Pandava's side are described, who were the great archer King Kashi, the great fighter Shikhandi, Dushidumna Virat, and the unconquerable Satyaki. If you remember, we have discussed in detail of who they are and how come they are on the side of Pandavas and everything in the previous classes that we have gone through. So if someone can remember and if someone can raise their hand, on who all from Pandava's side remain after the battle? If someone remembers that. Who all from Pandava's side were alive after the battle? They were not killed.
I
So
think
it's
only
easy.
Pandavas. I think only Pandavas were alive.
And,
Five brothers, and Krishna.
Yes,
and who
only
mentioned?
the 5 brothers.
Yeah, only five.
Okay,
Krishna was
partially
also
correct.
on the side, so Krishna.
Shruti Mataji, you are saying something?
Satyaki and Kripacharya.
Yes, Kripacharya was on the side of Kauravas. So Satyaki from Pandava's side, he also was alive. And of course, Lord Krishna was there. So in this particular, yes, right. So in this particular verses, you would see that specifically for Pandavas, the Shankh name is described. And Satyaki's son, Shankh is not described, but it is specifically mentioned for him as unconquerable. So through this, Sanjay is indirectly telling who all would, like it's a trick way of telling who all would remain after the battle. So Satyaki as well as the Pandavas and Krishna. So all of these people would remain, and all the others who are mentioned as great fighters and whose names are given, they would all be sacrifice their life to win the war, right? So this is these are the details of blowing the conch shells from the Pandavas side. Okay, and moving ahead. Yes, so coming to text 19. So what happens after all of this conch shell which are being blown by the Pandava side, what happens to the Kaurava side is described in text 19. So let's recite together. Saghoshodhartha Rashtra
Saghoshodhartarashtanam
Hridayani Vedarayat
Hridayani
Hridayani
Nabhascha Prithivim Chaiva
Navasha
Prithvi Chaiva
Tumo Lobhyanunadayan
Nadayan
A translation goes, Prabhupada says, the blowing of these different conch shells became uproarious, and thus, vibrating both in the sky and on the earth, it shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. Hari Hari. So this is the result of when the devotees are following the Lord, and after the Lord is blowing their conch shell, everyone blew their conch shell. It was not like someone in between blew the conch shell and then Lord and then someone else, right? No. So first Krishna blew his conch shell, and then Arjun, Bhima, Yudhishthir, and everyone, right? So there is a sequence. They will not overrule the Lord. They will do anything after the Lord. So just imagine. Now there is something which we have to imagine to make ourselves understand the situation. If you are in a movie, let's say, and there is a fighting going on, and there is a lot of nice music they have put in the background, and you also feel like enthusiastic when that particular scene is going on, right? So just by seeing a movie, you become so enthusiastic. Okay, wow, this hero is fighting, and that hero, and this and that is happening, right? And you all identify yourself with that particular scene. At this point of time, this is a war, and this is a real war. Here in the 12th and 13th verses, we saw that in the 13th verses that there were many musical instruments played. Why those instruments were played? It is to make that the spirit of that war come in, right? For every ritual, we are having specific sounds. For marriage, we would have that Shehnai sound, and all every ritual will have this different sounds. Similarly, these type of sounds, the war sounds, they prepare the mind, the moods of the warriors. They prepare the mood of the warriors. It gives them that enthusiasm to fight more, right? So when Krishna is blowing the conch shell, now the Supreme Lord is blowing the conch shell, it would be so uproarious. After Krishna, everyone, one after another, everyone is blowing their conch shell such amazingly uproarious way. So now what would happen? It would, of course, create fear among the opposition, right? It would create an anxiety among them that okay, we are going to lose. So in Hindi, if I try to repeat this verse, because in a more special way it gives the effect. Hindi. So जैसे ही अलग अलग शंख पांडवों के दल से बजने लगे, और ये आवाज जैसे ही पूरी धरती और आकाश में गूंज पड़ी, उसी समय धृतराष्ट्र के पुत्रों के हृदय संपूर्ण रूप से चकनाचूर हो गए, नष्ट हो गए. Hare Krishna. So, specifically repeated this because to give that idea of what has actually happened with the Kauravas side, right? And this is the effect that happens when you are actually following the Lord. It is very important to understand that sound and heart has a special connection. In all the Bhagavatam and all the scriptures, everywhere it is mentioned that we have to hear about Krishna. Tat Shruno. Krishna mentions many times in Bhagavad Gita also. When we'll go to the next chapters, you would see Krishna mention Shruno. In Bhagavatam, Shinvatam Swakatha Krishna, Punya Shravana Kirtana, Shinvatam, by hearing. Then Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam. The 9 devotional services first starts with hearing. So hearing is something which is very important in spiritual life, and that actually purifies our heart. So when we are hearing the transcendental sound, it creates the purification of heart happens. And this is the reason when we are hearing the sound of Mahamantra, it is also creating a purifying effect. Now, there are two things. One is lamentation. Lamentation happens because of the past. Whatever has happened with us, people keep on remembering it, and people keep on crying over it. They lament over it, right? So lamentation happens because of past. Fear happens because of future, because of anxiety of the future. So lamentation and fear, both of these things create hriday daurabalya. Like it creates a fear, or you are not confident, right? Your heart is not confident on whatever activity you are doing. But both of these things, lamentation and fear, both are destroyed when we hear the auspicious sound of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So let's just chant once. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Correct. So this is the amazing effect of chanting Krishna's Krishna's names with a pure heart. Our heart actually gets purified of this lamentation and fear. Similarly, when Krishna is blowing his conch shell, that sound vibration is giving the confidence in everyone. In Pandava's side, it is giving the confidence that we are with Krishna, we are on the right side, and it is Krishna who is leading us. We are definitely going to win. And it is creating fear on the side of Kauravas, because now their hearts are shattered. They think that, oh, we are going to lose. We are going to lose in front of these people, right? So this is the effect of what is happening with the blowing of the conch shells. Okay, so next, moving ahead. So yes, so this is what we discussed now, that Kauravas warrior blew their conch shell, and there was no description like this, that Pandavas' hearts are broken, or anything happening to Pandavas' side, nothing. Just it was like Bhishma blew, and then the others blew, and there were many instruments played. This is the only description in 12 and 13 verses. But from 14th, when we see that each and every thing is described in detail. So one who is taking shelter of the Lord has nothing to fear, and Kauravas' heart are shattered due to fear, and there is no shelter of the Lord. So these are all signs of defeat from the Kauravas' side. Okay, next, moving to text 20. Just atha vyavasthitam drishtva
अथ व्यवस्थितं दृष्ट्वा
dhartarashtran kapitvaja
धृतराष्ट्रान्
Kapitvaja.
Kapitvaja.
pravritte shastra sampate
Pravrutte Shastra Sampate.
Shastra Sampate.
dhanur udyamya pandava
Dhanurudyamya Pandavaha.
rishikesham tada vakyam
Rishikesham Tada Vakyam.
idam aha mahipate.
Idam Aha Mahipate.
Mahipate.
Yes. So the translation says, O king, at that time, Arjun, the son of Pandu, who was seated in his chariot, his flag marked with Hanuman, took up his bow and prepared to shoot his arrows, looking at the sons of Dhritarashtra. O king, Arjuna then spoke to Rishikesh, Krishna, these words. So there are two parts of this verse. First is that, O king, at that time, Arjun, son of Pandu, who was seated in his chariot with flag marked with Hanuman. So here, this flag marked with Hanuman is another sign of victory. So we are discussing the signs of victory in 14 to 20, right? Different signs of victory we have discussed, and this is also one of them. That the flag of Arjuna is marked with Hanuman. We will discuss on this, and the next portion of it, that he took up his bow and he prepared to shoot the arrows, and before that he started talking to Krishna. This thing we will cover in the next section of 21 to 27. So here let us understand what this Kapitwaja means. Arjuna, Kapitwaja, sorry, Hanuman in the flag. So there was a very nice pastime of Hanuman with Arjuna. So what happens once was that Arjun was going towards the Setu Bandh, and there he saw a monkey. So that monkey was, he was not revealing his real form. He was looking like a normal monkey. So Arjun said that, like, why Lord Ram had to ask the monkeys to create a bridge with stones? He could have easily done by shooting arrows himself, right? So this is how Arjun was asking the monkey. So monkey said, no, we are all very heavy duty monkeys. Like, there were much more heavier monkeys than me. And if they all walk over that arrows bridge, it would definitely collapse. So Arjun said, how can you say that? How can you say that the bridge would collapse if it is made by the arrows of Lord Ram? So they had a condition that, okay, Arjun said that I will create a bridge. Even I can create a bridge. This is what Arjun was thinking. Even I can create a bridge with arrows. What's so big in it, right? So Arjun said, I will create a bridge with arrows and you walk over it. So Hanuman said, Hanuman was in the form of monkey at that point of time. So monkey said that, okay, if I'm able to break it, then I'll become your servant for always. And Arjun said, and if you are not able to break it, then I will enter fire. Arjun was always promising, and then Krishna had to come to save him, right? So at this point of time, here we have to see both are devotees, right? Both are very dear devotees of the Lord. One is devotee of Lord Ram and other is devotee of Lord Krishna. So, so then Arjun started shooting arrows. At that point of time, this monkey was meditating on Ram, Ram, Ram. Okay, so Arjun then completed the bridge, and then the monkey just went over it and the bridge collapsed. So why? Because he got the power from Lord Ram. Now what happened was Arjun thought, oh my God, I've lost and now I have to enter fire. So he was preparing his all the preparation he was doing. At that point of time, a Brahman came. So that Brahman said that for any bet to happen, there should be a witness. And there was no witness when you guys were discussing this condition. So now I am here. Now you again do this. I would be the witness. So at that point of time, Arjun and the monkey agreed, and they said, okay, fine. So now Arjun thought that I've got a second chance. Now I should not lose this bet. So he started shooting arrows, saying Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare in that way. So he was shooting arrows and he was remembering Lord Krishna. So at that point of time, when the monkey went over it, so at that point of time, Hanuman thought that, I will be able to break it, right? At this point of time, Hanuman became proud. So the bridge could not collapse. So at that point of time, Hanuman became, he thought, oh my God, how can I lose? This is the honor of Lord Ram and I'm losing that. So then at that point of time, the Brahman gave darshan as Lord Ram to Hanuman and Lord Krishna to Arjun. And he said that you both are my devotees and there is no reason to fight. You must help each other because you both are my devotees. You both are like brothers. So you please help each other. And at that point of time, Hanumanji agreed that he would stay on the flag of Arjuna in the when he's in the war, and he would give a war cry. And that war cry of Hanumanji is so loud that it can kill thousands of enemy soldiers at once. So this was the deal done at that point of time. This also gives us a very nice lesson that as devotees, the other devotee is also trying to please the Lord. And we, as aspiring devotees, we are also trying to do any activity to please the Lord. At any point of time, there is no disagreement that should happen between two devotees, which would actually cause pain to the Lord. Right. So the Lord himself is giving that direction that you are devotees, you must help each other. You must stay together. So this is the lesson that Krishna and Lord Ram is giving through this particular pastime. And this is how Hanuman and Arjun are helping each other and showcasing the same thing to all of us. There is another very nice story of Bhima and Hanumanji. So what happened was that the devotees say, it's not what I am saying, devotees say that if Mataji has to make her Prabhuji do something, it's very easy. So once Draupadi, she wanted 1,000-petal lotus flower. So she told Bhima that I want that 1,000-petal lotus flower, but let it be, you won't be able to bring it. Bhima said, huh? Who told this? I can definitely bring it for you. So he just went to bring that 1,000-petal lotus flower. So in the when he was going, he saw a particular monkey whose tail was in the road. It was blocking his way. So as Vaishnavas and as also devotees, we know that we do not cross over someone's body because every person is having the Supreme Lord in himself. So we do not cross over a person's body. That is a natural etiquette. So Bhima was checking that, okay, where this tail is going, and he came over to a monkey who was sitting there. So he was very old. He told that monkey, oh, can you please move your tail? It is obstructing me. It's coming in my way. So that monkey told, I am an old man and an old monkey. I cannot move. Can you please move it for me? So Bhima said, oh, what are you saying? It's the smallest finger of my left hand can do it. So he said, okay, fine, I'll do it. So he just went there and with his left hand small finger, he started moving it. He could not move it. Then he thought maybe the whole hand is fine. So he started using his left hand. It was not moving. Then he used both of his hands. It was not moving. He said, oh, he's giving all of his strength and he's not able to move. He fell down. He was totally tired. So then he said, oh, Prabhu, who are you? Please show your real form. So then Hanumanji showed his real form to him, and they both of them embraced because both of them are brothers. They are son of Vayu. So both of them are brothers. So they both of them embraced. And then at that point of time, Hanumanji gave very nice instruction to Bhima. He said, first of all, never be proud even when dealing with insignificant ones. And the other was always be righteous. So these are the two instructions that Hanumanji gave to Bhima. And this is the verse that I was telling you that Hanumanji agreed to Arjuna that staying on the victory flag of Arjuna, I will shout out fiercely in such a way that it will make the enemies almost lifeless. And thus it will be easy for you to kill them. So this is the benediction of having Lord Hanuman on the flag of Arjuna. This is also a very big sign of victory. So here, these details are given that with having Hanuman on the chariot flag, this signs of victory because Hanuman cooperated with Lord Ram and they won the battle. And that was also a Dharma Yudh, and this is also a Dharma Yudh. So here also Hanuman's presence would ensure victory. Also, Lord Krishna himself is personally present as Rishikesh to direct his senses. In this 20th verse also Rishikesh is mentioned. So here also Krishna's presence is helping Arjuna, and thus Arjuna's victory is assured. Okay, so these were the signs of victory that we have discussed from the end, from the start, from 14th verse till 20. Sorry. So the first is that Krishna himself is present, that ensures victory. The second is the goddess of fortune. And where is the goddess of fortune present? If someone can repeat.
Chest of the Lord.
Chest of the
Right.
Lord, golden hair.
Srivatsa.
Yes, as Srivatsa.
As
Then the venue, Kurukshetra in itself, which was given in Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra as 1.1. This is also a very holy place. So it will also have its effect of a dharmic war. Like it would be favorable to the people who are fighting for Dharma Yudh, right? Who are not on the side of Adharma. Fourth was Hanumanji on Arjuna's flag, which we just discussed on how Hanumanji helped Lord Ram to gain victory. Here also his presence would help in gaining victory. Then the conch shell in itself is a symbol of Vishnu. So although the conch shells are being blued from both the sides, but conch shell in itself is a sign of Vishnu. So that way the conch shell is also sign of victory. Then comes transcendental conch shells, why Krishna's and Arjuna's conch shells are mentioned as Divya. So that is also another sign of victory. And Bhima's conch shell to pacify, Bhishma's conch shell to pacify Duryodhana. So this way we understand, we have already discussed how powerful Bhishma was, and he himself alone, he was capable of winning the war and killing all the other enemies. So just by his mere presence, it is such a big, what I can say, Bhishma's presence is one of the reasons that Duryodhan had the confidence that we can win. So Bhishma is also passive, just to pacify Duryodhana, he's blowing his conscience. He's not doing a war cry that, okay, I'll kill you all. He's not doing it for that. He's just to pacify Duryodhana he's doing. So that is also in that way when Sanjay is saying these lines to pacify Duryodhana, Bhishma is blowing his conscience. So this way also it's a sign of victory that Bhishma is not wholeheartedly involved in the war. Then Agnidev's chariot to Arjuna. So we discussed how the chariot was capable of crossing all the three worlds. So that was an amazing transcendental chariot. And then shattering of hearts. This is the biggest sign of victory, which is just by their blowing of conches, all the hearts of Kauravas were shattered. So these were the main things, signs of victory that we have discussed from 14 to 20 today. And if you have any doubt, any questions on these verses, you can ask now. Okay, yes, Rohini Mataji.
Mataji, I don't know if it is relevant, but just curious about it. Why is the word unconquerable used with Satyaki? Who is actually Satyaki? I
Unconquerable.
just know that Arjuna was his teacher and he met him when he
Yes.
was in exile. But why is that adjective used?
So Satyaki was we discussed last time, right? That Satyaki, two things were important. Satyaki is a very big devotee of Krishna. He was the Senapati of Krishna's army. So when Krishna decided when he was giving himself to Arjuna and his army to Duryodhana, so by default, the Senapati should also go with Duryodhana, right? But Satyaki was such a devotee, he said that Krishna, I will live for you, I'll die for you, but I cannot leave you. So I will not leave your side. And one who is the Senapati of Krishna, you can understand the level of the fight, how big a fighter he would be. So he was unconquerable. So here, this unconquerable adjective is used for him, but it is one way giving that indication that it is not easy to defeat him. Like you cannot make him die. So in that way, and also because he was alive after the battle, he is actually called unconquerable because no one could conquer him, right? He lived after the battle also. So 5 Pandavas, Krishna and Satyaki. These were the 7 people who were alive after the battle from Pandava's side.
Thank you, Mataji. Maybe I confused him with someone else. I thought he was Arjuna's
No, he was also
student.
Arjuna's disciple, na?
Okay.
That was also one of the things, but just a thing. Let me open that particular PPT for you, so it might probably help. Give me a moment. By the time, if someone has any other question. Okay, that particular slide is somewhere else. I will have to check.
It's okay, Mataji. It's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Anything else? Any other questions from the last session? If you have anything from 9 to 12. Okay, so we are just we completed 5 minutes in advance today's session. The next section we will cover together, which starts from 21. So I'm purposefully not starting it now because then the link would break in the next class. So then we would start it in the same link from the next one. Okay then. So I guess we are good to close. Thank you so much for your active participation. Thank you so much for making this interactive. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to serve you all and to also understand this Bhagavad Gita myself. And thus, please all the devotees, please Srila Prabhupada and please Lord Krishna. Thank you so much. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.